Today's topic of discussion is cook for me. So I see a lot of content online related to all of this degenerate acts and getting a woman to sleep with her and all this type of craziness and all this filth. Yeah, none of those things are healthy and none of those things are actually of value. So we're going to be discussing healthy alternatives to that and actually getting a woman to comply and getting her to submit and actually providing value to you. So first point is submissive. So anytime I'm speaking to a woman for marriage purposes, I get her to cook something for me. So before the meeting, I'll let her know to cook something. So let's say it's a cake. So I tell her, look, cook a cake for me. So when I meet her in person, right, she's brought the cake with her. Now, when I'm speaking to her, right, so I spend about, let's say, 45 minutes to an hour maximum. When she's brought the cake with her and I've actually, had it and I tried it, it's the fact is that the cake could be not that tasty. So it's not a cake which is from the store or from, a shop that you can just buy. She's actually put effort in and actually put time in. So it shows to me that this woman here is actually submissive. So women who are submissive, these are the type of women who end up getting married. And these are the type of women who end up having a long-term relationship. Women who are not submissive and women who are disobedient and women who don't want to cooperate with you, these are the type of women who don't get married. So when I've seen how a woman's actually made a cake and she's actually brought that to me, that shows to me that this woman here is submissive, and it shows to me that this woman here is of value. So these women who are low quality, the women who are going to have all these problems and she's going to be disobedient, she's going to say, oh yeah, now why should I do that, this and that. Those are the type of women who are of low quality and they're not going to get married anyway. So I'm not trying to waste my time with them kind of women there. I want to actually speak to women who are actually of value. So when these women here are actually submissive and she actually makes a cake for me, the cake could be like disgusting, but the fact is that she's put in effort, she's put in time, she's actually tried to have a go at it, and then that lets me know that this woman here is of value. Do you understand? So that's a healthy alternative to getting a woman to do all types of craziness like these other scumbags. What they'll do is they'll get women to do degenerate acts and touch them up and so on and do all types of craziness. Like myself, I don't do none of that. Do you understand? Simply getting a woman to cook something for me isn't gonna harm her in any way, and it actually provides value to her as well, because her cooking abilities are getting better as well. So that right there is a test that I give to women, and a woman who doesn't want to do that, then I'll just disregard them. So next point is value. So when a woman has, let's say, cooked something for me, so she's brought a cake with her to the marriage meeting, that lets me know that this is a woman of value. Reason being is because she's actually taken time, she's actually taken effort, and she's actually being somebody who is submissive, and she's being somebody who is cooperating with me. So the cake, it might not even taste that good and it could be like disgusting, but I don't care about that. I'm looking at the fact is that this woman here has literally complied with me. So when I've said something, she is willing to follow my lead. A woman who doesn't want to do that, a woman who's saying, oh yeah, no, I ain't got time to be like cooking something for you, or I ain't got time to cook a cake, or whatever the case is. I just disregard those kind of women anyway. Those are women who are low quality anyway. So women who are actually of value, they know full well, right, when they get into a relationship with you, she's going to be taking on the household work and the household chores. So one of them is, for example, cooking. So it lets me know full well that this woman here is of value, because this woman here is prioritizing me as a person, me as the leader in the relationship, and that right there is value to me. So I don't need a woman to pay for anything. I don't need a woman to come along and be like, oh yeah, I can do this and that. I don't need none of that. So if a woman's cooking for me, that right there is the key to my heart. So that's what it is with a lot of guys as well. The key to their heart is cooking something for them. And then next point is invest. So when a woman, let's say, cooks something for me, so let's say a cake, right? She's cooked the cake for me. That shows that she's invested into me. I'm not going to get a woman to pay for all this type of stuff. So if I go to a restaurant or go to whatever, I'm not going to get her to pay for it, because myself, I'm a traditional man. I'm going to pay for that. Do you understand? But if a woman, for example, cooks for me and she's somebody who is of value, she's invested into the relationship, and she's investing that, oh, I see you of value. So that lets me know that, okay, this is a woman who I can see as a long-term partner and long-term relationship with. A lot of these women who are of low quality, they're not going to want to invest in you. They're not going to want to spend no time, no effort, no resources, no investment, nothing. So women who are of low quality, I don't want to deal with any of those kind of women there. And you guys shouldn't be dealing with those women either. So if a woman's not trying to invest in you and not trying to put in effort to do something for you, that lets you know full well this woman here is not of value. So that's that point. And then the final point is traditional. So when a woman has cooked something for me, so the example is the cake, when she's cooked the cake for me, that lets me know that this woman here is a traditional woman. She knows full well, right, that when she's cooking something for me, that's going to be providing value to the relationship, and that's going to be providing value to me. So that right there will effectively create love in the relationship, because I don't see any other value that a woman can really give to me. So other than, let's say, cooking and looking after the household and then raising children, there's nothing else in my life that I see that a woman can add to. There's nothing else, pretty much. I'm pretty much complete. So I don't need any woman for anything. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you guys need to be. So when you get to the point where you are fully a traditional man, you're not going to be dependent upon any woman. So a woman comes into your life, and if she goes out of your life, you're still going to be who you are. You're not going to be downgraded. You're not going to be somebody who is going to, jump off a cliff or any of that type of stuff. Do you understand? A lot of these guys, what they do is they're not traditional men, and then these men here, they end up getting used and abused, and then they end up just getting into problems. A guy who's a traditional man, he's well-rounded as a man. He's somebody who is complete, and he's not going to be looking for attention and validation from a woman. He doesn't need it. So that's what it is, guys. Just to wrap up, so first point is about submissive. So when a woman cooks something for you, so when you're speaking to her for marriage purposes, she's cooked something for you, that lets you know that this woman here is going to be submissive in the relationship. A woman who doesn't want to do a basic task of cooking something for you, that woman there is not going to be of value, and then chances are she's going to be disobedient towards you later on. This is what it is. When she's disobedient later on, you're going to get into problems. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to entertain them kind of women there. Next point after that was value. So when a woman cooks something for you, she's providing value to you. That right, and that right there is very attractive to us as guys, because it shows that she is bringing more to the table there. So if a woman's just like talking, or she's wearing makeup, or she's just doing something which is just related to her, that's not value, is it? That's not value to our relationship. So when she's cooked something for you, that shows that she's providing value to you. The next point after that was showing that invested. So she's invested now. So the fact is that she's actually cooked something for you. She's invested into getting your attention and getting your validation and to get your approval, and she actually loves you. A woman who doesn't love you and doesn't see you as a long-term partner, as a long-term relationship, she's not going to want to invest anything into you. She's going to be keeping her investment down as much as possible. So anytime I speak to a woman for marriage purposes, I'll make sure to get her invested. So emotionally, and then get her to actually do something for me. So cooking something. And then the final point was traditional. So when a woman cooks and a woman has actual cooking abilities, that lets me know that this woman here is of traditional value. She's got traditional values within her. And that right there is very attractive to men who are actually traditional. Guys who are not traditional, they don't care whether or not a woman cooks for them or not. And they're happy to just cook all the meals themselves, and they're happy to just get flipping takeaways and all these kind of things there. A man of value, he knows full well, right, when a woman cooks for him, cooks for his family, and then is going to cook for their children, that right there is very attractive, and that right there is of value. So hope that makes sense, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.